Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I am so pumped for Halo right now, guys. As y'all can probably tell, this video will be showing off all the Forge stuff that was shown at the PAX panel. Now let's go ahead and get into this. One of the first things that they've shown on this little screenshot that y'all are viewing is the bug fixes. So they are fixing the magnet location consistency and the menu polish. Now I know a lot of issues with the magnets and stuff in Halo 4, like you weren't able, like you're trying to sit there and align it very well, and it won't actually align completely smoothly on certain objects. So they are fixing that, which that is really nice, because magnets are very useful if you're trying to create a flat surface, you know, out of a bunch of like wall pieces or something like that. So that's going to be amazing that they're doing that. And of course, polishing the menu is always good. It always just makes it a lot cleaner and just better. Now, one of the most excited things that I can't even talk right now. One of the things I am most excited for so far that they showed off is the restored functionality things in Forge mode. And so precision control is brought back into Forge, guys. So we got that precision control now from Halo Reach, and of course zoom from Halo Reach is brought back. So they heard the community, they heard that they really wanted that back, and they brought it back. Now, some of the new features that is going to be in Forge is snap to the ground. So we already know, like, you know, magnet locations and stuff like that. You know, you're able to snap and everything to like objects and stuff like that. But now you can actually snap it to the ground. So you don't have to worry about, you know, like trying to, you know, lower it down perfectly and stuff like that. But of course, now we got precision control, so snap to the ground isn't really too big of a issue there. All right, and so the new features that we're going to be talking about is snap to ground. So now you're able to actually snap objects to the ground, which now though that we have precision control, snap to ground isn't really as important, because you can easily just precision control all the way down to where you want it on the ground. But it's still a nice feature to be able to have. Also, we have align to ground, so apparently you'll be able to align it to the ground and stuff like that, which that is awesome. Just more features again is always a good thing. Movement snaps, so now you're able to snap to, I guess, certain directions or places or, you know, things like that while you're moving it around and stuff. So we're about to see about that. Don't know exactly what this entails. It might be to where you can snap an object in the air and like move its certain direction or something like that, or just while you're moving in your Forge ball, moving an object, it'll snap like every, I don't know, you know, every few feet or something like that. I don't know. We're gonna have to see exactly what's about that later on. But then tool settings stored between sessions, which that is amazing. That would be really nice. So while you're sitting there switching sessions, tool settings will be stored. And also cleaner, smoother Forge structure palette. So now there's going to be a cleaner, smoother Forge structure palette. So that's going to be nice. Just anything with palettes with the Forge structures, going to be really nice. Mirrored versions of objects. This is something, especially with stairs and ramps and stuff like that, there aren't the mirrored versions of it. So now we can actually get mirrored versions of objects. So that way, if a staircase, you know, like you're bringing out the object, the staircase is on the left side and the platform kind of hangs over on the right side. Now you can have a mirrored object to where the staircase will be on the right side and the platform hangs over on the left side. So this is going to be huge for being able to making maps and everything. So really great job with that. Additional natural and terrain structure pieces. So now, the natural and terrain structure include things like rocks and trees and stuff like that. So now they have additional natural and terrain structure pieces. So if you think about it, does that possibly mean maybe some grass things, since they aren't going to be having like a terrain editor or stuff like that? Are they going to be having like grass hills and stuff like that? That would be really nice to be able to have, so we could change up the terrain and still keep the grassy look of it, or, you know, things like that. So I'm just happy that there will be additional things also to the existing rock and trees. So next is skybox only maps. So this is something that I know really people enjoyed in Halo 3, where they had that one skybox map and stuff. I forget exactly what is it, sandbox, but you know, up in the sky you can actually forge. That's like kind of skybox maps. So now there's going to be a couple skybox only maps. So you're able to build all your, you know, sky tracks and all your competitive maps and, you know, a whole bunch of mini games and things like that up in the sky, not worrying at all about the ground. So you don't have to put a kill barrier down below the map itself. You just, you know, once people fall, they'll fall to their death because it's up in a skybox. So that is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see what the different skyboxes will be. You know, and of course one of them is probably going to be where Ascension is, where it's like the Halo ring is, you know, going around and stuff. That's going to be beautiful. But I can't wait to see some of the other ones, possibly up in space, you know, kind of how Impact was, but strictly just skybox only, and maybe something else. I don't know what else, but that's going to be great to be able to see. So the next one is structure palette in the multiplayer maps. So that means that we will, I guess, be having different structure palettes in the multiplayer maps. I'm guessing that's what that means. So that's going to be nice to be able to change palettes and stuff like that. That's going to be really exciting. Or this could possibly, I just thought of this while I was saying it. The structure palette in the multiplayer maps, does that necessarily mean that in the multiplayer maps you're going to get those palettes of objects, like all the different Ascension palette, you know, and I don't know, oh my gosh, I can't think in my head what this is, you know, like coagulation palette, and then, you know, just any of the other ones, like lockout palette, Zanzibar palette. I couldn't think of Zanzibar, guys. But yeah, like, is that what that means? I guess we're gonna have to find out a little bit more information on that. Also, guys, if y'all kind of have an idea on what some of this means that I can't figure out, like the structure palette and multiplayer maps, just go ahead and leave a comment down below. Say what you think it means and stuff, and, you know, hopefully some of us are right and stuff, and that'll be nice. But alright, so the next one is simple scripting objects. Really, truthfully, I don't have a clue what this means. Scripting objects, does that possibly mean like, you know, you can go through like the objects like with the checkpoints for race and everything and change it to like, you know, a race checkpoint and stuff like that? Is scripting those objects to do certain things? I'm guessing that's what it means. So, you know, you can have an object disappear or you know, appear after a certain amount of seconds. It'll just be a lot more simple. I'm guessing that's what that means. So gadget improvements and additions. So gadgets are always a lot of fun to be able to have. You know, to be able to have things like, you know, one thing that they were sitting there talking about is that Max Hoberman said that there will be some activatable things in Forge. They are going to be having that stuff. They aren't talking anymore about it or anything about that, but they are going to have activatable things. Whenever he was talking about it, whenever they were going through the Lockout walkthrough with since Lockout has the glass breaking in the center, so in the Forge maps you're actually able to have activatable things. So that's really cool. I'm sure that'll be something in the gadgets. This is something else I'm really excited about, the Forge budget as a straight object count. So now you can have a Forge budget strictly as an object count. If you notice in this screenshot, the object count is right there. It's at 313 out of 650. But that's 650 objects, you know, which I don't think things like spawn little locations and stuff like that will count. Like the initial spawns and everything like that, because those normally don't count like towards any of the Forge budget stuff in the, you know, past. So this is probably physical object stuff. So that is nice. I really like the fact that you have 650, you know, or whatever it is on the map, because I'm sure bigger maps will have a bigger object count and stuff like that. So it's really nice to be able to have that instead of a Forge budget where, you know, you have like a building that costs $150 for the Forge budget and then a wall costs like $10, and you want to use a building but you can't because of how expensive it is. So to be able to just have an object count is just really nice. Also, objects of versions mirrored, so same thing, you know, just mirrored version of the objects and stuff. So that, again, like I said previously, which actually, no, I'm looking at this again, it's the same thing, mirrored versions of objects of versions mirrored. So apparently they just put that in there. I'm confused. But also, guys, the very last thing is a performance meter, which is amazing. This is a great addition into the Forge, to have a performance meter. If you notice on this, so far he has half of the object count, but of course some objects require a little bit more, I guess, performance and stuff, like a little bit more out of the Xbox, a little bit more out of the game, because it has more textures, more details and stuff. So to be able to have a performance meter is really nice. So that means you can really, you know, fill up your map and you can see, okay, well, this is gonna lag some because the performance is really far down and stuff. So, you know, or maybe it's okay performance meter and stuff until it gets to the very end. That's whenever it's gonna start lagging. We're gonna have to find out. But to be able to have a performance meter on something is a great idea. It, you know, makes the game incredible. It makes the Forge incredible. So great job 343 and Certain Affinity on putting, you know, something like a Forge performance meter in there, so we can, you know, make maps better and everything, not have to worry about a Forge budget. And also we don't have to worry about if we put, you know, too many things in a map, and even though it's okay with the budget or, you know, object count or whatever you want to say, we're able to tell immediately if the performance will be good, if it'll lag some, you know, and everything like that. So great job with that. And guys, I'm super pumped about this. Go ahead and leave a comment down below on what you're most excited about with the Forge mode improvements and stuff. And also be sure to subscribe for more Halo Master Chief Collection videos and also Halo 5 news and stuff. And I will be doing a recap of everything that was on the panel. It's just I'm most excited about Forge. That's why I made this video first. And I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I will see y'all next time. Later, guys.